7:44, and very fun things happening as Stivers Ford Lincoln downright proud to salute great organizations in town, and we love talking about theater, Jackie.
Yeah, great things that are happening here in our community, and great subject matter as well. As we're talking about, Iowa Stage Theater Company is presenting A View from the Bridge starting this weekend. We have a couple company members joining us that are part of this particular production. Sean Wilson, who is part of the company, but also in the production, and the director himself, Matthew McIver. Thank you for joining us here this morning. So A View from the Bridge, catch me up. I haven't read this probably since high school. Arthur Miller, you have to read it. One of our greatest playwrights ever. But why is this so poignant? Why did this need to be on the Iowa Stage Theater Company's arsenal this season?
I would say it's a great story. It's a classic. It's Arthur Miller writing a Greek tragedy for the common man, the working folks in Brooklyn, New York, on the waterfront there. And it also deals with some topical issues in terms of there are issues of immigration, there are issues of people getting thrown out of the country, there are issues of families getting pulled apart over these kinds of situations. So it had both a classic pedigree and also a real modern today resonance of what the subject matter of the thing is about.
It's very interesting because this was written a while ago, and how we're still reflecting some of the same subject matters even
things are still happening,
in today's politics.
This is written back in the the 50s.
Yeah, 54, I think.
And it's still pretty relevant today.
Now, what does that say?
I
don't know what that doesn't say. It doesn't say good things, Lou. I don't think.
I think you're right.
We haven't figured things out in the last 60 years or so.
No,
still trying to figure that out.
It takes us a long time to figure things out.
Is this able to get us thinking or propelling us forward in a direction, or it's a statement that was said back in the 50s that we're still hopefully is resonating?
It certainly should. A View from the Bridge. As far as the immigration issue goes with this, it is a part of it. So it doesn't hit you over the head with any big there's no big grandiose ideas. It's just presenting this is what a situation is, And I think that's what's really great about it. Get you thinking about the situation. Get you thinking about legal immigrants, thinking about...
And it's not a polemic. It's not this is good, that is bad.
Right.
It's really well-rounded characters who are part of a family and a part of a society and what happens to them. It's a story about a family. Sean is the star. Chloris Award winner Sean Wilson is the star of the show. Plays Eddie Carbone, the patriarch of a family. They have two cousins who come in from out of the country, and one of the cousins falls in love with the niece that Eddie is the guardian for, and things go south from there. So it's a great story, and it does deal topically with it, but it deals with it in a very humane way, and it deals with it with real human characters. It's a tragedy that has funny moments. It's a real great blend of awesome writing.
So after seeing this will be a conversation starter.
Absolutely.
Sure.
We certainly we think of theater at Iowa Stage Theater Company is a conversation. It's not a lecture. We want to engage the audience. We want them to talk about the topics and the characters and what they just saw, and so that we carry that forward into the community, like we did with our Me Too event a few weeks ago, that we're carrying a conversation out into the community because we think that's what art does at its best.
And not only that, though, it's a really great story.
It's a great show.
It's my favorite Arthur Miller play. And
Really?
if you don't know, beyond everything. And that's saying a lot, right? Arthur Miller, he wrote Death of a Salesman.
Right.
Crucible,
Not a bad
All
play.
My Sons.
Yeah.
It's not like this guy was a one-hit wonder, And this is probably the play that probably doesn't get produced as much as those other
As
ones.
I say, it's not a title you hear all the time, but why your favorite?
It's my favorite. It's just, first of all, for an actor, it is nothing but it's a hearty meal. It's a lot of good stuff, and we have it's an ensemble piece too. I will say about this play, this maybe has one of the best casts I've ever worked with. We've got a guy, Brian Vaughn, who is fairly new to the area. He's from New York. He's amazing.
wonderful.
From Marco. We've got Michael Liddell Harris. We've got Carrie Scram, who has worked with RTI for years and now is with Iowa Stage.
And a gal who's new to the company, Abigail Feldman, playing Catherine, the niece. and a real neighborhood feel. That Jay Jagum has done an extraordinary design on this one. These Media American Classics bring out his creative side, and he's put the Brooklyn Bridge inside the Come and Go Theater.
The set is
I don't know
super
how
cool.
I don't know how he did that, but
It's super cool. I think you saw it earlier.
As I say, Jason,
And you said the
pretty
feel
amazing, man.
in the Come and Go Theater. What a great space that is.
it's the most intimate theater space in town, for my money. And I think you've got an opportunity to be right up next to these great actors who are doing amazing work in this incredible environment. And you're not going to get closer to the action than you can in the Come and Go Theater. It's a wonderful space.
And it's great for us too as actors, you know. I mean, to be able to be kind of that energy is there. That's what I love about these, you know, smaller theaters, these black box theaters. You're much more closer to the audience. It feeds on, you know, you feed on that, and they're feeding on you. It's just this, you know, really intimate space.
Yeah, a true black box space. So even if you've been there before, you're going to see something completely different.
Yeah, and it's going to be set up completely different, you know? I mean, that's what's kind of great about the Come and Go. Every time you walk in there, it'd be like, I don't know how they have it set up this time.
Completely different.
But it's always intimate. This show, I don't think 3 rows back is as far as you're going to get. You know?
Wow.
You know, so that means Eddie up on stage will maybe making eye contact.
Oh,
with
yeah.
a lot of the
He
people.
might be in your lap in a couple of places. That's all I'm saying.
We charge a little extra for those seats.
Eddie's lap dance.
Sign me up.
I
Okay,
don't know who would want that. but-
starts this weekend. Give us all the details so we can get everybody there.
Right. So we open on Friday, this Friday, the 23rd, and we run through March 4th. Now, usually, if you've come to Iowa Stage before, we have shows on Thursday. We actually do not have a show the second Thursday. Okay, so and we've added a show on Tuesday, so we want to make sure everybody knows that. So
you just check the
23rd
schedule, yeah.
through
Check
the
the
4th.
schedule.
Check the schedule. Go to iowastage.org. We've got all the show dates up there, all the information you need. Come see us.
Yeah, doing a lot of poignant things in our community, so we appreciate that very much, but also some great storytelling at the same time. Matthew, Sean, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey,
this
thank you
morning.
guys.
Thank you,
for always
Good to see
supporting
you. Good to see you,
theater. We appreciate it.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
iowastage.org for all the details. This is one you don't want to miss. Make sure you go out and see it starting this weekend. You're watching CWI Live on Channel 23. We'll be right back.